In the heart of Lagos, floating on stilts above the murky waters of the lagoon, lies Makoko, a place full of life, color, struggle, and secrets. This is the story of Imade, a 17-year-old girl who became both a local hero and a national scandal, all because of a boat. Light. Imade wasn't like the other girls in Makoko. While her peers learned to paddle canoes or sell smoked fish, Imade spent her nights tinkering with broken radios and salvaged wires from trash piles behind the mainland markets. She had a gift and uncanny ability to make dead things spark back to life. Her father, Papa Kem, a humble fisherman with tired eyes and splintered palms, had always said, "God gave you the mind of a Lagos engineer, not a fish seller." Every night, Papa Kem would go out to fish in the darkness, guided only by moonlight. He often returned with barely enough catch to feed the family. Imade watched his struggles in silence until one evening, she made a decision that would change everything. She had scavenged solar panels from a dumped billboard and wired a system that could store enough energy during the day to power a bright LED light at night. She mounted it onto a pole, rigged it to a switch, and installed it onto her father's rickety canoe. That night, when Papa Kem went fishing, his boat glowed like a beacon in the lagoon, drawing fish by the dozens. It worked. Within days, his catch tripled. Other fishermen noticed. They whispered. They begged to know his secret. At first, he kept quiet, but in Makoko, secrets don't last. When the word got out, everything exploded. Local news picked up the story. Teen girl in Makoko creates solar boat. Light. It went viral on Nigeria Twitter. She was called the girl who lit the waters. Journalists came. NGOs came. Even the Minister of Innovation and Digital Economy came with his entourage, posing for selfies in designer Agbada on her father's canoe. But here's where things got messy. A Lagos-based tech startup called Lightage Africa claimed Imade had stolen their solar design. They posted proof that their prototype had gone missing from a university showcase a month earlier. Their CEO, a well-known tech influencer, accused Imade of being a fraud. Overnight, her fame turned into fire. Hashtags flipped from hashtag #MAKOKO genius to hashtag #MAKOKO thief. But Imade wasn't backing down. Digging deeper, an investigative journalist named Chuka revealed that the Lightage prototype was never functional. It had no power storage, no waterproofing, and no switch. Imade's design was superior. And then the real scandal broke. Turns out, the CEO of Lightage had known about Imade for weeks. When this came out, Nigerians were furious. Protests erupted online and offline. Imade became a symbol not just of talent, but of how often poor Nigerians, especially girls, are exploited by the elite. But it didn't end there. The biggest twist came when Papa Kem disappeared. For 2 days, no one saw him. Then his boat was found adrift and empty. The solar light shattered. Rumors flew. Sabotage. Kidnap? Ritualists? But on the 3rd day, he returned disheveled, bruised, but alive. He said men had come in a speedboat, claiming to be government people, and tried to force him to sign over rights to the invention. When he refused, they tried to drown him. That was the final straw. Within a week, a legal team from a Tech Justice Foundation stepped in. They helped Imade file for a patent. She was invited to speak at a national tech summit. And in the biggest shock of all, she rejected a $50 million deal from a foreign investor insisting the rights stay with her community. Imade turned her invention into a community project, training other young girls in Makoko to build solar devices. She called the group Sparks of the Lagoon. And as for Lightage, their CEO quietly stepped down. But Imade? She rose from the floating slums of Lagos to national headlines. Imade didn't just light up a boat, she lit up a movement. Because in Nigeria, even the smallest spark can set the water on fire.